And all I wanted to say on this occasion of the mayor's announcement is the following. Number one, it's clear that this mayor cares more about dead grass than he does about a dead economy. The 99% that are being thrown out of their homes, jobless, without proper health care and all the rest, seem to be less important to him than that lawn. Thank you.
My name is Apollo Casciani, and on behalf of the Media Affinity Group of OLA, if the mayor wants to speak about unsanitary conditions, look at Skid Row. But people are forced to live there because they can't afford to live anywhere else. There are no jobs for college students. That to me is unsanitary. Hardworking Americans losing their homes. That to me is unsanitary. And choosing political maneuvering over addressing the needs and grievances of the people to me is unsanitary. The raid can come, but it only proves our point that in America, our leaders choose to push away the real issues rather than deal with it head on. And that action is a direct insult to the framers of the Constitution, the founders of this nation. Although they were not perfect men, they knew that the people were the most important things in the nation. And as Thomas Paine wrote, it is the duty of the patriot to protect his country from its government. This is on behalf of the Media Affinity Group of Occupy Los Angeles. Dear Mr. President, we are suffering from an unprecedented humanitarian crisis, a crisis that is costing the people both economically, ecologically, and morally. A greedy, emboldened corporate class system is undermining many settled expectations and long-standing citizen and democratic protections. These acts of aggression have induced a response coined occupation. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and our sisters who are being oppressed right now. We realize the Occupy movement has gained an enormous amount of energy, calling the world to new perspective and direction. Our current system is severely injured. The basic needs of the planet are not being met. We the people have responded to the global injustices of the corporations worldwide and the financially manipulated governmental organizations that have for decades extorted and oppressed the people. In order to have a more transparent, people-based government, changes must be made. Our intention is to birth a common narrative based in the principles of awareness, love, and accountability through this peaceful evolutionary movement called Occupy. The time has come to address the arrogance of officialdom that must be tempered and controlled, to address the individual states in our union, to call for clarity and wisdom to both the inadequacies and possibilities that exist in our social system, to bring collective action to the table that addresses the needs of the individual and collective narrative of the people, to bring awareness to the suffering of our human family, to assure growth and development of our nation toward freedom and personal effectiveness, as well as collective equality.
We, the people, have the power to choose, to peacefully denounce the unprecedented concentrated trend toward inequality. This peaceful movement will continue until changes demanded are made. Arthur Schopenhauer once explained, all truth passes through three stages. First, it's ridiculed. Second, it's violently opposed. And third, it's accepted as being self-evident. In the face of this magnifying humanitarian crisis, we call upon you, President Obama, to address us, the 99%. Mr. President, as Kennedy warns, those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable.
The mayor says you guys need to be out by 12:01 on Monday morning, so will you guys leave?
We're at a threshold as mighty as the Middle Ages to the Renaissance, and we're asking everybody to open up their hearts and their eyes and their ears to say, hey, we're all together in this, and we can do it peacefully. There's nothing that we can't do peacefully.
Be more specific about what you're hoping the mayor will do.
Well, again,
I think it's clear what the mayor's going to do. He's going to break up the cant at 12:01 on midnight.
What are you hoping that the city does before you feel like you've been heard?
I think the city has spoken. I think they've laid down what their intentions are, and I think they're very clear. I think it's rather unfortunate that they've taken this direction at this point in time, but I think they've made it quite clear what their plans are.
We are going to try to do everything we can to keep this as absolutely nonviolent as possible. That is the foundation of this movement. We are going to try to make that happen at every level.